Good evening. Um, don't judge me, okay? I got a little, anyway, moving forward. Just don't judge me, okay? Don't look at it. Just listen. So I was laying here, getting ready to go to bed, and I just got to thinking, right, about just all the different things that I have learned, over my time. And there's this whole thing going around with James and Fuhad from Shits and Gigs. And the comment or the joke that they laughed at on the guy's podcast, whoever he is. And it just really got me thinking. Because I started thinking about this earlier, but we as women, and right now, particularly black women, we seem to have the toughest time in the world when it comes to love and dating. Like, we just, for whatever reason, we seem to have such a tough time. It always seems to be us, right? And so I got to thinking um, over Second Timothy chapter 3 verses, I want to say it's like 6 through 10 or 6 through 11, but it talks about how false prophets and false teachers come into the homes of gullible women, right, laden with sin. And earlier today, I was doing a little bit of research just on, what exactly sin was, or how sin was defined in Hebrew, right? And I think that there is this misconception that sin means that you have done something wrong. But that's not what it means. Sin could be something that is done wrong to you, right? So then it got me thinking further about Tamar, and I can't remember which book it is. I want to say it's Samuel, maybe, but I could be wrong. So don't quote me. But anyway, but it was but the story of Tamar, her half brother end up, taking her, and he like put her out, kicked her out, and her statement was like, "Dang, you just gonna put me out after you did that to me? Like, that's worse than what you did." So then I correlated the two. Wouldn't that be a burden for her? Because to be laden is to be burdened. So now, because of something that was out of her control, or something that she didn't give um, approval of, is now a burden that she is carrying. So now she's laden with this sin. So then, circling back to the whole Fuhad James thing, um, it just got me thinking about the epigenetics of black women and black people in general, and how we carry so much information in our DNA of the experiences of our ancestors. And so it got me thinking about all these generation of black women before us, and all that they were laden with, right? And how that burden, or those burdens and heaviness, can carry down and down and down. And I don't know, I it 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 does something to my heart to think of that. because it makes me look at it like, where is our refuge, maybe, um or where is our understanding, um I don't know. I guess I'm just here to say that everything that has happened, while it did happen, it doesn't change who you are and the power that you have. I guess is what it is. And if I'm making sense, leave me a comment, or let's expand on this conversation a bit more, because um as we know, this world that we live in is not physical, it's very much spiritual, the world that we live in. And being that it is very much spiritual, there are a lot of things that we partake in spirit that we're not even fully aware of in our physical, right? Like on this plane. So I would just really love to expand on this conversation more, because I feel as well that a lot of stories that we hear in the Bible, they don't really talk too much about the women. Like certain women, yeah. Certain women, they have snippets in the Bible, and their stories are told, but they're told from a very broad perspective, and you really don't get to understand that woman. And I feel like that is what we as women experience on a day-to-day basis. Like, yeah, you know about her, but you don't know about her. You know what I mean? That's all I have. I rambled on for a little bit, but that was just on my mind. And quite honestly, I was told to do this at this point in time because I was gonna wait until the morning, but that's not what happened. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful night. I hope you rest well and you wake up tomorrow refreshed. And yeah, again, leave a comment. Let's have this conversation, and see where it goes. All right. Talk to you later. Good night.